Semifinal number 2 is underway here. St. Thomas Ice Arena, Bantam Elite League. A winner to take on the Sharks at 4 o'clock right here in St. Thomas. After a 5-4 overtime win by the Sharks in their last game. And the Kings and North Dakota doing battle here. As for the Kings, Ben Miller tracks it down along the far side boards. Kings in the purple, gray, and black. North Dakota, obviously, and the black breezers, white jerseys, green lettering, and numerals. The green, black, and white of North Dakota. Minnesota versus North Dakota in this second semifinal. These two teams met earlier, and the Kings came away with a 6-4 win over North Dakota. North Dakota's only loss. Both teams finished with 18 points ultimately. Kings finished 6-2. North Dakota 4-1, but they had a couple overtime wins and a couple overtime losses. So it sets up for what should be a really good game of hockey as Jackson Radke loses it. Gavin Connor, the defenseman, plays it up. Big collision to knock Owen Branson off the puck. Off the near side boards, backhanded and taken at the Kings' blue line. Branson loses the puck once more. It's lifted high up off the glass by Dunnick. And swept back in deep where Jackson Radke will give chase. He'll try to ward off Ben Norris, the hard-charging Kings forward. Turned over to Ryan Flaherty, which is always dangerous. Flaherty, 3 goals and 9 assists on the season. He and Ben Miller, the 2 leading scorers for this Kings team with 13 points apiece, had a goal and an assist each in the 6-4 win, the first meeting between these two teams. 2 periods, 25 minutes apiece. As bearing down on the net, Ty Frank, who has his stick lifted, played to the corner for C.J. Sheffield. Rung around by Brody Kendall. 25-minute periods, and they'll go take a break to resurface the ice in between the first and second. 2-on-2 for North Dakota, back the other way. It's deflected up into the protective netting and out of play. In net for North Dakota, Merrick Griniker. We might see Kai Weigel in the second period. Meanwhile, Andrew Sachs gets the call early for the Kings. 2-2, 3.80 goals against average and an .849 save percentage. For Griniker, meanwhile, 2-3, 3.50 goals against average and an .881 save percentage. Flashes by Sachs's net. Ben Miller plays it off the far side boards, swept in deep again by Radke. Great opportunity here on the other end for the Kings. And a whistle stops play. Only 1 penalty in that first game in the regulation and overtime, so hopefully see us cleanly played a game in this second semifinal. Kings in the gray, North Dakota in the black and white. Kept in the zone by Oliver Dunnick. Right point, sticked aside comfortably by Griniker. Kings have to touch up out of the zone as Robert Tripp makes himself available. Get all the way back into their own zone. Ty Frank loses the puck behind his own net as he was forced to retreat all the way back. Owen Branson gets there. Turning away from pressure, Brooks Siemens, centering pass. Gets out to the high slot, shot through traffic. Siemens in front. Bunch of North Dakota players jamming at it, and Andrew Sachs finally hangs onto the puck. And the faceoff will come to his right. One back to the left point. It's driven down. Puck loose in front and again swept away from the Kings net. Radke and Ben Norris chasing after it. Norris gets there first, but North Dakota forces the turnover in the right corner. Norris delivers a big hit on the far side. Puck slides all the way back to number 2, Will Skahan. He's got 4 goals and 2 assists on the season. He moves left to right. The big lefty gets in deep, plays it off the back of the net, and it's carried on out by North Dakota and Colton Getzlaff. Getzlaff plays it in deep and goes for a change. Sachs will leave it for his teammate. 19:53 to go, first period. Still scoreless between the Kings and North Dakota. Skahan loses the puck and Ray brings it in. Ray bumped off the puck by Will Emerson. He gets it back, centers, looking for a hard crashing Luke Bydal. Instead, it's rung around to the near side boards. Now North Dakota putting some defensive pressure on. 2-on-1 odd man rush now for the Kings. Shot, score! The Kings strike first. A 2-on-1 from the right circle. And just a wicked snipe for Luke Bydal. 19:19 to go in the first. The Kings take an early 1-0 lead. Justin Kirchhevel on the other side for North Dakota, not happy with the sloppy defensive play by his boys, getting caught up the ice. As Kings ice the puck. North Dakota had just started to find their offensive footing when they were caught up. Still waiting for the official announcement on the goal scorer. Oh, I beg your pardon. I was looking at the Ryan Flaherty, the goal scorer, his 4th goal of the season, not Luke Bydal, Ryan Flaherty. And now another odd man rush. Miller this time moves in on the left circle, passes it across, looking for Flaherty. And again, North Dakota getting caught out defensively. Kings keep it in the zone. Flaherty weaving his way through to the slot. Drops it back to his teammate, who fans on the pass. Good pressure by North Dakota, forced to turnover. Now they have a chance, and it's a good save. Good save made by Andrew Sachs, as Olan Endress was bearing down on his net. And the Kings that time looking a little flat-footed defensively. Ryan Flaherty credited with the goal. No surprise there. He's got a team-leading 14 points now. I beg your pardon, 13 points as the puck is deflected up into the North Dakota bench. 18:08 to go, first period. 1-0 Kings here at St. Thomas Ice Arena. Bantam Elite League semifinal number 2. Radke. Long outlet pass evades everyone, and Will Emerson tracks it down in his own zone. He puts on the brakes. He's got Frank as an outlet. Instead, it's another 2-on-1 for the Kings. That shot blocked to the corner by Radke. But again, North Dakota doing something where they're getting caught up the ice. Charlie Kalkbremer chasing to the corner with Ty Frank in pursuit. Emerson comes over to apply defensive pressure along the end boards. Coming off the wall, fed in front. Net has become dislodged. I don't think the ref's just going to readjust it as the board battle comes to the right corner. It's kept in at the point by Brody Kendall and swept in. Center pass looking for Getzlaff. Instead, the Kings come out with it. Dunanick. There's a shot. Steered aside by Griniker. Very little Griniker could do on that goal. Just an absolute snipe from one of the most talented offensive players in the Bantam Elite League in Ryan Flaherty. Cycled back down low for North Dakota. Centering pass on the doorstep looking for leading scorer Zach Boren. First time we've called his name tonight. Leads the team in points with 13, 6 goals and 7 assists coming in. The rest of the North Dakota second leading scorers have 8 apiece. So Boren by far the leading scorer for this squad. He's in front again, can't knock down a high pass. Radke moves in. Again, it hits a high stick out in front of the Kings net. North Dakota putting pressure on the Kings net as Sachs and Will Skahan step into that check. It's gloved down, and they're saying high stick is the call. So the draw will come back down to the right of Andrew Sachs in the Kings net. 15:59 left to play here in the first period. Radke through traffic, misses the net. Coming down to support number 3, Gavin Connor. Radke steps into the pass at the blue line and forces the turnover. Frank, goal line extended for the Kings. He evades the pressure of Olin Idris. Ben Miller picks it up. Working left to right. And again, the Kings struggling to clear their zone. Brooks Siemens goes corner to corner, and the Kings take it back. And Ty Frank loses the puck. A bad turnover. There's a shot. Oh, over the net. Owen Branson had a glorious opportunity from the high slot, and he just whizzed it over the net. Radke plays it down the wall, and it's taken back. Now he gloves it in the neutral zone and plays it again in deep. North Dakota changing on the fly. The Kings forced to ice the puck to get a line change. The Kings leading 1-0, but certainly in the last 5 minutes or so, it's been all North Dakota. Despite giving up a handful of 2-on-1 odd man rushes. Sachs makes the save, high off the glass. Kept in by Kendall initially. Instead, he has to play it back in the neutral zone. Sort of frenetic, kind of disorganized hockey here. Transitioning quickly from offense to defense. Centering pass. Gets all the way to Skahan, makes a nice move. Oh, and he shoots it wide. Beautiful little move by Will Skahan to get free. Sticked aside by Griniker to the corner. Cycled back down low. Looking for Dunanick. At the left point, Skahan through traffic. Save made, back to Skahan, sends it over to the right point. There's a shot, Griniker makes another save, spills the rebound, it's whacked at by a couple Kings. And now I believe we're gonna have our first penalty coming up on North Dakota. Or will it be coincidental minors? No. It is indeed going to be North Dakota, number 5, Jackson Radke. No, that's not Jackson Radke. It is number 6, Mason Ray. First time we've called his name tonight. Mason Ray goes to the box for 2, and Kings go on the power play looking to double their advantage. Emerson, stick handles, moving middle. Shot deflected up and out of play. Emerson and Skahan out top for this first power play unit for the Kings. Ray, 2 minutes for interference is the call as Norris circles around his own blue line. Gets the pass back, another odd man rush. Greeniker makes the save, slides over. Oh, an empty net. Skahan fires and scores! Fantastic job by Will Skahan. The offensive-minded defenseman's got 5 goals now between the regular season and the playoffs as he came down and scored on the power play, sniping it into an empty net as Greeniker was down. Our first power play goal of either semifinal scored on the power play courtesy of Will Skahan. Not showing on the, well, now it is. This power play has been released, obviously. Lucas Kickhoffel on the assist as Skahan scores at 13:01 of the first. And the Kings enjoy a 2-0 lead. Swept along by Flaherty for Miller. Miller with Radke hounding him and Gavin Connor lifting the stick. Back up the wall, multiple bodies falling to the ice. Played back in the Kings zone as both teams make changes on the fly. 11:50 to go first period. Klepak avoids a defender, lifts it in, and goes for a change. Ray up the wall on the far side, kept in right point. Passed in front, Flaherty was on the doorstep, but he gets checked off. Bounding puck, good outlet, finding Charlie Kalkbrenner. He gets to the end boards, centered. It's loose in front, sprawling save made by Sachs. Some desperate defending by the Kings, but they still have not allowed a goal through the first half a period here in the second semifinal. Great job of stick handling by Oliver Dunanick. CJ Sheffield has his pass deflected down. Dunanick being hounded by Kalkbrenner in the corner along the end boards. Taken back by Evan Panzer for North Dakota. Skahan enters the zone, fires another shot, and whoa. Powerful slap shot that Greeniker glove saved, but it knocked him backwards and he had to hang on. Skahan nearly had 2 goals in about 3 minutes. We've got to be careful when he see him pick up the puck at the blue line and drive down to the circle. Heavy lefty shot from him. Kickoff, keeps it in, throws it towards Greeniker's net. He makes the save. Lucas Kickhoffel picks up his 4th assist to go along with 5 goals, and he'll skate in to take the draw that comes to the left of Greeniker. Radke backhands it around the wall. And again, this time it's North Dakota struggling to clear the zone. Pinned up against the boards by Gavin Connor. Kings doing a nice job cycling the puck, but played out niftily by North Dakota. Turned over in the neutral zone. Kings go back with it to get organized. He'll throw it in cross corner and go for a change as Radke plays it up the near side boards. Kickoff loses it, carrying it on out number 22, Zach Boren. Boren work to the outside. Brings it around the boards himself. He carries it toward the high slot, kind of threw a speculative shot on net, and then it went above the cage. As North Dakota trying to change the momentum a little bit. Branson chips and chases. Puts on the brakes, goal line extended. Feeds Endress. Left point and played back down low. It's all the way to Siemens. 8:54 left in the first period. Just 2 periods, obviously, in these semifinals. 25 minutes apiece. Endress regains the zone. Slap shot above the net. North Dakota's got to track it back behind their own net. Kings can't keep him down there. Branson has his shot deflected up and out of play. Kings led by head coach Tyson Fold, doing some instructing on the sideline or behind the bench. Faceoff comes to Sachs' left. Bounding puck doesn't trouble him enough, and it's swept around. Radke keeps it in right point, and this time with a North Dakota attacker waiting, he decides to glove it and hang on. Puck loose in front. Multiple players jamming at it. Finally, the Kings clear the crease, and Sachs hangs on. Still pitching a shutout. Backup, or the other netminders, I should say, for each team, really. Gabe Otis comes in with a sparkling 4-0 record, 3.00 goals against average for the Kings. Might see him in second period action as Radke loses the puck. Miller, steamy left to right, shoots. Can't get anything on it, and it just hits Gavin Connor harmlessly. Kept in by the Kings. Miller puts on the brakes. Feeds Skahan, who I think he thought had somebody in the right circle, but he just threw it to the corner. Flaherty scored the first goal for the Kings. Good stick in the passing lane by Getzlaff. Forces Flaherty to collect and retreat. Getzlaff hounding him as Flaherty weaves his way to the goal, shoots, and a pad save comfortably made by Griniker. Skahan backhands it in deep and goes for a change. Griniker leaves it for a teammate as Miller comes down and centers with nobody, Gavin Connor there for North Dakota. Transitioning, both teams transitioning well from defense to offense. And now North Dakota might get taught out. And the play is ruled offside. Backup netminder for North Dakota, and really not the backup, it's Kai Weigel, 4-0, a 3.20 goals against average, and an 880 save percentage. So both teams basically electing to start their backups in this semifinal. Wouldn't be surprised I should say, if either goaltender doesn't get in the second period. 6:32 left in the first. Still 2-0 Kings, but it's been a good game of hockey. Kings scored even strength in the first goal and on the power play for their second. Ray tries to backhand it out. It's sent back in deep by Sheffield. Up the boards and out. Boren loses it momentarily. Now he regains it and gains the zone. Taken back at the blue line by the Kings. Cross ice pass collected by Brody Kendall. Now here's a chance. Shot, score! Oliver Dunanick beats Merrick Griniker to his glove side. It looked like Griniker maybe got a touch on it, but it's deflected off his glove and in. 3-0 Kings. That was also an even strength goal, so and again, that was one of those transitions from offense to defense. But remember, in the semifinal number 1, in the first semifinal, they gave that goal to Zach Wooten, which would be his 5th goal of the season. I could have sworn it was Oliver Dunanick who shot it. But Zach Wooten gets credit for the goal, credit to the assist to Ozzie Snodgrass. Either way, the Kings have a 3-goal lead. Now, there was a 3-goal lead in our first semifinal, and the Sharks quickly erased that against the North Stars and ended up forcing overtime and winning in overtime, outscoring them 4-0 in the second period. So this is by no means over, but Kings looking comfortable with a 3-goal lead. Radke, just above his left circle, exits the zone. Taken back by the Kings. Skahan checked off by Radke. He avoids the check and brings it in deep. Centering pass in front. It's swept out of the crease by North Dakota. 4:22 remaining first period. Radke gets the puck. Weaves to the right circle. Trying to get his hands free for a shot. He does, but he shoots wide. Connor plays it down. Now the puck slides back along the right wall where it's chased down by the Kings. Oh, and if they'd hurried, they'd had a 2-on-1. They regain the puck. Flaherty feeds Miller. They score! Kings made that look easy. As Flaherty regained possession of the puck behind his own net, circled with it. And that's going to prompt a goaltender change for North Dakota. Kai Weigel, number 30, now in between the pipes, replacing Merrick Griniker. 4-0 Kings. Kings off the draw. Miller tries to feed Seth Klepak, hard charging the net. So they score 2 goals in less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes apart. Miller from Flaherty and Klepak. And now a sharp angle shot that's saved by Andrew Sachs, who's pitching a shutout at the moment. 3:10 left in the first period. 4-0 Kings. Very different game than the first meeting between these two teams, which was a back-and-forth 6-4 win for the Kings. This one, all Kings in the first period. Ray through traffic, left pad save. Rung around, but played back in deep by Kendall. Oh, they had Endress waiting on the doorstep. Kendall plays it back down low, and it's swept around by Branson. Kings exit the zone. Nice little move in the first save, a tricky save for Weigel, but he makes it. Robert Tripp being hounded by Endress. Plays it point to point. Now a nice move by Dunanik. He gets it back on the backhand. Can't get anything on the shot. Good stick to knock it out of the crease by Weigel. Now circling back with it, Branson. Rink wide for Ray. Branson circling away from pressure through the middle of the ice. Has it poke checked away, and the Kings regain possession. Played in deep by C.J. Sheffield, who goes for a change. Long outlet pass and beautifully done to find Kalbrenner, who's ridden off the puck on the near side boards with 1:30 to play in the first. Shot blocked by Kickenhoff. Sachs makes a comfortable pad save. Skahan driving the net, shoots! This time he can't beat Kai Weigel like he did Eric Grineker. That would have been fantastic, as he had picked it up at center ice essentially, and gotten all the way to the top of the right circle. Take that shot. Good check by Radke. 1 minute to go in the period. 4-0 Kings in this second semifinal of the Bantam Elite League Minors. Skahan at the line, keeps it in. Again, Sachs has a lot of traffic in front of his net, but nothing comes of it. Radke puts it on net once more, and the puck is frozen by Sachs with 21.7 seconds left to play. Of course, this arena home to both the St. Thomas Academy Cadets and the University of St. Thomas. Shared rink. Centered in front in the crease, and again, Sachs was scrambling to make the save, and it was swept out nicely by Kings. Good team defense displayed by the Kings in this first period. Big collision, the top of the right circle that knocks their King off the puck, and the physicality starting to pick up between these two teams as the horn sounds and time expires in the first period. It was all Kings in that first period of play, and they lead at the break. They lead North Dakota 4-0 in semifinal number 2 here at St. Thomas Arena. You're watching Bantam Elite League playoffs on Youth Hockey Hub. Start of the second period of action here in our second semifinal for the Bantam Elite League playoffs. Winner of this game will play right back here at 4 o'clock against the Sharks. 5-4 overtime winners in our first game. And unless something drastic changes, it looks like it's going to be the Kings who lead 4-0 after one period of play. We'll see what kind of adjustments each team has made. Flaherty weaving his way into the zone. On the backhand, but then has it stolen. Miller tracks it down on the far side. Out to the right point, blasted through traffic. It doesn't actually get to the net. Skahan backhands it back in. And they'll set up the neutral zone trap as it's flung down ice and iced. New netminder between the pipes for the Kings, Gabe Otis. 4-0, a 3.00 goals against average, and a .899 save percentage for the Kings. Andrew Sachs did his job shutting out North Dakota in the first period. So now Otis eager to face some shots and keep the clean sheet. He sticks it to the corner, just out of the reach of Charlie Kalkbrenner, who brings it back into the left circle. Jackson Radke fires it on net, and it goes in! Deflected in. Radke couldn't handle the sharp angle shot from just outside the right circle. Jackson Radke scores. The defenseman gets North Dakota on the board. And could we be in for another second period comeback? We saw it in the first where the Sharks scored 3 goals to tie the game at 4 and force overtime, and then won it 5-4 in overtime. North Dakota has cut the lead to 4-1 as Otis watches that whiz by his net. And they score again as the goal is being announced, and wouldn't you know it, they score again. Evan Panzer gets it this time for North Dakota, and all of a sudden the lead has been cut in half. And now previous conversations about the other game don't seem so funny. 4-2, Kings lead. Gabe Otis shaken in net, and now they're going to start just firing pucks on his net. He gloves that bounding puck, and he's just trying to settle in, getting some pad taps from his teammates, trying to reassure him after he surrenders 2 goals inside the first minute and a half of net. And North Dakota all of a sudden right back in this game through traffic, and a nice right pad save made by Otis. So Radke from Kalkbrenner at goal number 1. Meanwhile, an opportunity for the Kings. Flashing by, that shot goes wide from Zach Wooten's stick. Wooten had the first goal officially. Rung around, and Wooten tracks it into the corner. Kalkbrenner with 2 assists on both goals, secondary assist on that second goal. And Brooks Siemens, the first assist, that it was Panzer who scored it, Evan Panzer. And so now Miller skates in to take the draw for the Kings, who are out shooting North Dakota 23-14. Kings win the draw and retreat back to their own zone to reorganize. Miller skates it out, finds Flaherty, hard charging, good stick to knock it free by Ray. North Dakota exits the zone with speed. Endis forced to the outside. On the forehand, it's chipped by, and Oh, would have been a breakaway opportunity for Flaherty. Instead, the puck comes near side. Ray tries to keep it in the zone, and he'll send it back in deep as North Dakota sets up the forecheck. Will Emerson avoids an on-rusher. Little give and go, and he moves through neutral zone ice with speed. Emerson fires off a shot that's deflected up off the stick of Ray and out of play. 21-24 to go in regulation. 4-2 Kings on top of North Dakota. Winner to play the Sharks at 4 o'clock here. You can catch that game on Youth Hockey Hub as well. Face off to come to the right of Kai Weigel, who came in late in that first period and has remained in the game. Skahan at the left point sends it in deep. Carried on out by Brooks Siemens. Avoiding a check Panzer of Skahan. Panzer and Siemens down low. Right point Radke. Lifted high up off the glass out of the reach of Radke. And icing is the call. This game has already become that much more compelling with a 4-2 lead. And it wasn't that the Kings had a 2-goal lead for most of the period, and then in the last 5 minutes they got 2 goals to make it 4-0. There's a sharp angle shot. And that was a tricky save, but a good one made by Otis. Face-off comes to his left. Another shot through traffic, and he had that one all the way. Panzer loses the puck on the near side. Dunanick can't clear. Now the puck slides all the way down toward the North Dakota net. Weigel decides to leave it for Brody Kendall. Kendall outlets out of the reach of Siemens. It's flung back down cross corner by Skahan. Picked up by Panzer, makes a nice move, lifts the puck toward the net of Otis, who wisely leaves it for Skahan. Long outlet pass finds Wooten at center ice. Zach Boren, the leading scorer for this North Dakota team, not on the score sheet yet. Colton Getzlaff, Radke through traffic with Branson in front. On the doorstep, couple opportunities, wide open net. Otis makes 1 save, 2 saves. And finally whistles blow and play stops. Kings with a 3-on-2. Just trying to get puck possession in the offensive zone of North Dakota. But again, the North Dakotans turn the Kings over. Chip and chase for Getzlaff. Will Emerson circles with it for the Kings. Getzlaff trying to stick lift.
So you're not going to announce them?
No, okay. We don't have
no worries at all. Do you have them from them? Oh, okay. Okay, if you could, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Test, check, 1, 2. Test, check, 1, 2. Do you need to do a mic test at all, or are we good? Okay, awesome. Thank you. It's a great day for hockey here in Bloomington, Minnesota, as we are underway with the U14 matchup of the Green Bay Junior Gamblers and the Sioux Falls Power. My name's Eric Zamora, bringing you the play-by-play. 15 minutes up on the board, and Sioux Falls in the white uniforms with navy blue numerals, and this is being brought in by the right wing, although he's on the opposite side, traditionally where he'd like to enter the zone, as the Sioux Falls were able to gain the zone for a moment. That brought in by Frederick Henningsgaard, and we will have a quick whistle in the action that allows me the opportunity here to go over the starting lineups for the Sioux Falls Power. We'll stay with that side. Patrick Kroski is on the left wing to start. Zane Davis centering that top line with Henningsgaard to his right. Hayden Hedquist, the left defenseman. Right defenseman is Jacob Margaret. And in net, and tested early blocker save by the netminder. Addison Ronning comes up with a stop and will peer over as the puck is in on his right. This is chipped out of the zone by Aiden Dezarek. And going back on the other side, looking over his shoulder, is goaltender Aiden Garapi. Brought into the zone. It's a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Trying to fire a shot, getting it on, was Bo Kralovec. and that is smothered by the netminder.
Actually, that was Barrett Dorheimer who took that hit. Radke warding off a defender. Getzlaff sweeps it out of the zone. It's off the far side boards. The foot race is on for Frank. Here's an opportunity in front. Otis makes a fine save to deny Zach Boren, who basically had a breakaway, and Otis, top of the crease, makes another glove save. That was sort of something out of nothing, as Getzlaff was just trying to get rid of the puck. But Boren fast enough to skate onto that outlet pass and nearly finish it. So the face-off to the right of Otis. Miller with Flaherty to his right, moves in, passes, or was that a shot? Not sure, but either way it went wide of the net. Kings trying to regroup. Whacked in, chip and chase for Seth Kleback, hounding Brody Kendall. Up the wall for Endis, his pass a bit too far for his teammate. Although Siemens manages to track it down, play it off the end boards, trying to get Branson. Stick down on the ice as the Kings streak back with it. Down the right wing, passed across looking for Miller. Klebeck, top of the right circle. Miller has just been everywhere. Kings have to touch up as he regroups and circles away from pressure at center ice. Cross ice for Klebeck. Klebeck chip and chase as he'll go for a change. 9:34 to go in the regulation. 5-2 Kings. Backhanded out of the zone. High up off the glass. Turned over at the line as Flaherty's there. Miller through the middle of the ice. Passes looking for Flaherty, but there was nothing but green and white jerseys. Off the near side boards and all the way down, and icing is the call. Face-off coming down to Weigel's left. So Kings 2 for 2 on the power play this morning. North Dakota 0 for 1. Dunanick cycles it down low. At the line, tries to feed a teammate in front, stolen. Great save by Kai Weigel. CJ Sheffield has a glorious opportunity in the slot. Panzer whacking at it, trying to clear it. We'll bank it off the end boards for Radke, who lifts it up and out. Frank, circle-to-circle pass. Left point, Frank in front, all alone. Radke from the high slot, through traffic, hits a King on the way through. And just gray jerseys, gray sweaters in front of North Dakota shooters, and it's made the shooting lanes real tough to come by. Jackson Radke through traffic. He hits Dunanick, who sweeps it out of the zone. Kings defenders putting their bodies on the line as they get a change and ice the puck. Much more even second period than it was in the first. 7:39 to go in regulation. Kings looking very much like they'll make it an all-California pro team final and face the Sharks at 4 o'clock here at St. Thomas Ice Arena. Great passing, and Weigel makes the great save. A sprawling stop after a nice bit of passing between Kings players led to a nice opportunity on the doorstep. Ray takes a big shot from Ben Norris. Stopped at the line and kept in by the Kings. Played back in deep. Good stick lift by North Dakota. Boren working from his right to his left. High up off the glass. And the play is ruled offside. If this result stands, North Dakota would face the North Stars, the third place game at 2. Backhanded around by Jackson Radke. Nice little move by Branson, Owen Branson, to regain the zone. And we have a delayed penalty coming up. So second Kings penalty of the morning taken by number 9, Ryan Flaherty, big number 9. 4 goals and 9 assists on the season, but he takes the minor penalty there. North Dakota with a man advantage. 2 minutes for hooking. Comes at 6:18, and really North Dakota needs a goal on this power play. But instead it's Klebeck working hard on the shorthand. Center looking for Miller, who had his stick lifted. So back come North Dakota. Endress circling, looking for a pass. Branson. Back out to the left point. Shot through traffic. Well, not even through traffic. That was cleanly seen by Gabe Otis, who struggled it early. The first couple shots he faced looked a little shaky, gave up 2 early goals in the period, but has settled down since and is basically held steady for the last 17, 18 minutes as we're down to 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in regulation and a 5-2 lead. Minute left on the penalty. They've pulled the goaltender. So 7 attackers out there for North Dakota, or 6 rather. 6 attackers against 4 defenders. Empty net on the North Dakota side. Cross ice pass by Radke as they re-enter the zone. 35 seconds left. And they score! They get the power play goal they need. 5-3 Kings lead. Brooks Siemens assisted on the last goal, and believe he got this one. And now 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Kings 2 for 2, so unlike the previous game where everything was even strength, this has been a game of power play goals, including that one for North Dakota. Jamming at it in front. Otis sprawling, having to make another stop. Through traffic, hits a Kings stick. North Dakota faithful want another penalty as they had a man go down. And they'll get one. Oliver Dunanek. No, I beg your pardon. It's going to be Ben Miller. No, it's going to be, I'm sorry, Barrett Dorheimer who goes. So another power play chance for North Dakota, another chance to cut this lead in half. 5-3. So Siemens scores, assisted by Kalbrenner and Panzer. And they score again on the power play. Otis, it looked like he had the near post covered, but they had enough traffic in front. They were jamming at it, and they punched it home. 2 power play goals in the last 2 minutes, and our dream of overtime is not dead yet. 5-4. 5-4, Kings lead. They got 3 minutes and 52 seconds left in regulation, but they got to stay out of the box. How about the power play efficiency tonight? 2 for 2 for the Kings as Weigel makes a tricky save. 2 for 2 for the Kings. North Dakota 2 for 3 on the power play. And just like that, it's a 1-goal hockey game. Luke Beidel gets the credit for that goal, assisted by Zach Boren, assist number 8 for Boren on the season. And that previous power play goal, Siemens assisted by Kalkbrenner and Panzer. So Panzer's got a goal and an assist, as does Siemens. Kalkbrenner's got 3 assists. He's assisted on 3 of the 4 North Dakota goals. Ray circling with it behind his own net. All the momentum in favor of the green and white right now. Kings intercept the pass. It's center ice, but Ray comes back with it. Ray with Ennis to his left. Shoots! Oh, just wide of the net. Oh, man. And that would have been a spectacular tying goal had that gone in. They're looking to send Weigel to the bench as Radke's shot is deflected up towards Otis. Swept around by Skahan. Through traffic, Radke redirected nearly, but over the net, it's swept back down the ice. And Weigel signals for the icing. 2:26 left in regulation. 5-4. Kings lead North Dakota. A spot in the championship game at 4 o'clock at St. Thomas Arena on the line. The draw comes out to Otis's right. It's one to the corner by the Kings, but kept in along the far side boards. Pass down low, intercepted by the Kings. Outletted for Flaherty. Flaherty tries to dipsy-do his way through defenders. Now he's got to regroup in the neutral zone, and he'll just skate with it in his own zone. Passes to himself a couple times. Flaherty moves in, shoots wide. Oh, boy, that would have been spectacular if he had finished that. Kings play catch with it along the blue line. Retreat back in their defensive zone. Minute 45 left in regulation. Clinging to a 5-4 lead. They've been outscored in this period 4-1. Flaherty loses it again. And now a breakaway for North Dakota. Moving in, shooting over the net. Owen Branson couldn't finish. Jackson Radke from the right circle. Otis makes the save, kind of boxed it. Panzer throws it again towards net. This time Otis covers and holds on. 5-4. North Dakota desperately searching for that game-tying 5th goal. They've pulled the goaltender, so 6 attackers on the ice for North Dakota. 1:16 left in regulation. And we have our first time out of the semifinals, taken by North Dakota as they try to draw something up. They've got a face-off in the right circle of the Kings zone. So here we go, 1:16 left. Face-off coming to the left of Otis. Gabe Otis trying to bear down and get his team through to the championship game. Boren looking for a pass out front. Tons of bodies in front of Otis's net. Panzer loses it momentarily. He and Boren try to cycle. It's lifted up and out of the zone, but kept in by Ray. Cleared this time out. So Ray has to retreat back. Panzer throws it toward Otis's net. Well, that's Getzlaff, rather. And Otis makes the stop again. 44 seconds left in regulation. Chopped at by Skahan, whose 2 power play goals could be the difference for the Kings in this second semifinal. Boren holds, gives to Panzer, his shot deflected to the end boards. Kings throw it down ice. Icing the call, 20 seconds to go. North Dakota searching for that game-tying goal, trying to force the 5-minute running overtime. Our first game finished 5-4. That was in overtime. This one's 5-4 in regulation. Kings won the first game 6-4. Trying to hang on and win this one any way they can. 10 seconds to go. North Dakota want time for basically one more rush. Kings chop at it. It's kept in at the right point. Time will expire here at St. Thomas Arena. Gabe Otis holds strong in the final few minutes. And the Kings move on to the championship game this afternoon at 4 p.m. at St. Thomas Arena against the Sharks. Thank you for watching playoff action in the Bantam Elite League Minors here exclusively on Youth Hockey Hub. Be sure to tune in at 4 o'clock for the championship game between the Sharks and the Kings.